Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Unbounded Artistry podcast. This week, we're going to be covering a couple topics, including why we were gone.
We were gone? What do you mean?
Yeah, maybe for a little while. Then we're also back.
Question mark?
We know how that's gone in the past, so don't hold your breath. Also, kind of while we were on our little hiatus, Twitch made some changes that we're going to quickly discuss. YouTube also made some changes. We'll touch on the Canadian wildfires and bird feeders?
/ new channel?
Question mark?
Yeah. Well, stick around.
So, this one's probably going to be pretty difficult to get through. But some of you already know that the reason why we were kind of missing for a while is because we lost Stitch. This kind of happened at the end of April, and it happened very suddenly and unexpectedly, and it really caught off guard and kind of threw us completely off of whatever we were trying to do.
Yeah. I'm trying not to get emotional.
Yeah, it's tough still to think about.
Yeah. She just got really sick really quickly, and we were not expecting the outcome at all.
No.
Do you want to talk about what happened?
Yeah, kind of like the week leading up, there's like definitely some changes. Like she lost a lot of weight really fast, and she wasn't really eating like her food. We kind of gave her a mix of like dry food and wet food, and we kind of just alternated between them. And she really wasn't gonna eat either option. And I guess, let's see, then if we kind of move up to the night before, she was really weak. Like she could barely kind of like stand up and get around, and she was having like accidents all over. And
we knew we had to call the vet to see what was going on.
Yeah, it was not good.
She was like hiding, which is not a good sign for cats.
No.
Because they tend to hide out when they're not feeling great. And she was kind of pawing at her mouth a lot, and we were trying to look in her mouth to see like what was going on, but we couldn't really tell what was happening. But we called the vet and we made an appointment to take her the next day.
Yeah, they got us in really quick.
We were just expecting that it would just be she needs to be put on antibiotics, and we knew she had kidney disease like Madison does. So we assumed that maybe it just got to the point where she needs the sub-Q fluids like we're giving Madison, and that was it. Like we just kind of assumed that was going to be the outcome. Like they're like, oh, here's some medication for her, maybe we'll do the sub-Q fluids for her and you can take her home.
Yeah.
And that's not how that appointment went.
No, it wasn't good. So we had to kind of deal with a very hard decision that we weren't expecting to make.
Yeah.
And just with all the complications that she kind of had going on, we
there's really nothing
else. Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm happy to take her home and do the fluids, and that wasn't even an option because she also had an underlying heart murmur, and because of that, it would be really risky to give her the fluids because that could cause her heart to stop. Oh God, I don't want to get emotional. And she wasn't eating, and there was nothing they could do about the tooth. It ended up that it was an issue with a tooth.
Yeah.
And they said that there was nothing they could do. All they could do is give her like pain medications for that.
Yeah, because they didn't want to put her under to try to do like any kind of dental work, because it'd be very risky doing that too. So
Yeah.
it's just like there was no kind of options available, really.
Yeah. Like they basically said, we cannot take her home. The options would be to hospitalize her, but there was a chance that when they tried to like give her fluids or do whatever they needed to do while she was hospitalized, like she might not make it through that either, and we didn't want anything to happen to her when she was alone, so we had to make the choice to be with her during that whole thing, which was really, really hard, but the office was really kind. They were really nice. They let us take our time. I don't know. Sorry.
It's all right.
But it was just really difficult because we were just not expecting it at all. And she's like such a big part of our life. Shit. I'm like full on crying. So yeah, it was just very difficult. And we're still grieving, clearly.
Yeah, it's been very tough.
So we just kind of stopped doing anything.
Yeah, everything and anything.
Yeah.
we
like,
just
don't have the mental capacity to do anything. And then Madison is still very sick. We've been dealing with her kidney disease for a lot longer than we even knew Stitch had it. So that was the other surprising piece, was that Madison had it longer, but for some reason hers advanced very quickly. It may have been due to her age. She was a lot older than we thought she was. She was like 18, I think. Stitch. So she did live like a long, healthy, happy life. It just is really hard not having her around. Like the house was so quiet after. It was just really, really tough.
Yeah.
But the vet office was just really great about the whole thing, and they even sent us like a special thing. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh yeah. I forget what company is it?
I think Arbor Day Foundation.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. So they sent us a card in the mail, and they actually planted a tree in her honor.
Yeah. That was like super special. We were not expecting that at all. So that was really nice. Oh God. Anyway,
You're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard to like not be emotional. Like it's gotten a little bit easier. Yeah. But like when I kind of dwell on it, like I get really upset. Yeah. I just miss her so much.
Me too.
God, sorry. I don't want to cry during this whole thing.
So I was trying to hold it together.
Oh, damn it.
And it didn't work.
No. And it's been really difficult too, because like what I was saying before, Madison has been sick with kidney disease for a long time, and she just keeps progressively getting worse. It's a progressive disease, but we're trying so hard to like keep her around, but it's been very difficult. Like she has a lot of trouble eating. She will not eat on her own. Her kidneys don't function very well, so she is on the sub-Q fluid, so we have to give that to her. And sometimes like it's worse than others, and then we have to increase how much fluids we're giving her and how many days in a row we're giving it to her. And she's kind of developed, she's having a really hard time like not being near us, like severe separation anxiety.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
She's in my lap right now. She needs to be like with us all the time, and otherwise she's like crying and whimpering, and it's like, it's heartbreaking, but it's also, it's exhausting because we can't sleep, especially at night. It gets really bad at night and we cannot sleep. So that's been the other piece of, we're grieving for Stitch, but also we're exhausted.
Yeah, she'll wake us up every hour, 2 hours at night, and it's really rough.
Yeah.
Really
and, like,
rough.
We can't even take shifts because like you can hear her no matter where you are in the house. Like sometimes Brandon's like, I'm going to the couch.
Yeah,
but
and I can still hear
he still
when
ends up having to get up. So
yeah, like I know when you get up to like
take
see
care of her.
what she's up to.
Yeah.
Like sometimes she needs her diaper changed.
Yeah, she's fully in diapers now.
Little doggy diapers.
She's got her tiny
XXS.
XXS. Yeah, she's so small.
Yeah, extra small.
So she's
and they still fall off.
Yeah. For the most part, she still knows, like she's litter trained for a dog, which sounds weird, but she is. But she's for the most part still knows to go into her little box to go to the bathroom. But sometimes she can't hold it because if it was, especially after we give her the fluids,
yeah,
she can't hold it, or
either that or when she gets like up from like a nap or sleeping, like sometimes she can't hold it either.
Yeah, or she's like confused. And then we've had to transition to going back to the office for work.
Yeah.
And
that's the other fun thing.
That has been very difficult because there's a day of the week where we're both gone and she absolutely loses her mind that day.
Yeah.
Because neither one of us is here. And she just works herself up really, really bad.
Yeah, she's like, you can hear her like barking outside the house
when we get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awful. And the last 2 times we've come home and like her pupils are very dilated because she's so stressed out. And this last time I don't know what she did. I'm guessing she ran into a wall, or I don't know, because she is blind as well. But she is fine with finding her way around. Like, she knows where she is for most of the time. But I don't know if it was because she was so stressed that we weren't there. She must have hit her little snout on the wall. And I noticed that it was bumped.
Yeah, it had a like big bump on it.
And then now it's like there's like it like immediately scarred over, which is really weird, but it's like a white scar on her nose now. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm close enough that I can come home in the middle of the day. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing on the day that we're both in the office. But in between, I don't know what's going to happen. Like,
yeah.
At least I can check on her midday, but
that's only for a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I can't be there very long. So we've had a lot of challenges being able to get back to life and get back to making content. But we're back. Kind of.
Sort of. Yeah. We're not going to make like a giant schedule or announce any sort of things. We're just going to kind of ease back into it and see what we're able to do, because
kind of play it by ear. Like, we kind of have internally, like, we have
a lot of goals and
of like what
a schedule.
Yeah, but like, we're not gonna say, yeah, we're definitely streaming this day, or we're definitely releasing a video, or we're definitely doing this, because we can't do that right now.
But you should start to see more of us again.
Potentially.
Yeah, hopefully.
No promises.
See you in a year.
Every time we're like,
Yeah.
oh, we've made these changes. Oh, we
Yeah.
have all of this stuff planned. Life just likes to
Yeah, so we're not
kick
gonna talk about that. We're
Yeah.
just gonna, you'll see us when you see us.
We're trying.
Yeah, it is a lot to work through, but
Yeah,
we're trying.
we are trying. We're trying our best. So we're just gonna switch topics, I think, now. You go.
You want me to cover this one?
Yeah, you
Okay.
do.
So originally we were going to schedule or try to record this podcast last month. So you can kind of see how the creation of content has gone already. But I just wanted to quickly touch on that one change that Twitch made last month. So they kind of announced like a branded content policy where they wanted certain requirements met by streamers that were having like brand deals outside of Twitch. So when they were working directly with different vendors or companies, they wanted to make sure that the streamers were limiting the size of the logo to 3% of the screen, which is very specific because like even as like a designer, like how the hell do you know like what 3% of the screen is? Like
Yeah.
they gave like examples, but it's just very like hard to picture, and also I feel like that would be hard to enforce. Like, oh, that's like 5% of the screen. You can't do that. They also didn't want people to do like burned in video ads, so it'd be like an actual ad running on the stream. They don't want any burned in display ads either, which would be like a banner ad or any burned in audio ads. So if you had some kind of audio kind of, I guess, sponsorship or something like that with a company, they didn't want that either.
Kind of a weird audio. Like, who has an audio only
Yeah,
ad?
I mean, if you're streaming, you're not going to have an audio only ad. It would be usually paired with some kind of visual.
Unless they mean like, our sponsor today is blah, 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 and it's just them talking. Is that what they mean?
Maybe, but either way, they didn't want any of that. But needless to say, the streaming community was not very happy about that. So basically, in less than 24 hours, Twitch just reversed course on it. So I think overall, the issue that Twitch is facing is they need to make money.
Yeah.
Like, they need to figure out how to make Twitch profitable from their end, but they're having a very difficult time because any changes that they make to do that is directly impacting like the streamers and the people that actually make up the platform. So it's a very tough line for them to tread, and I wouldn't want to be them because they do have to make some type of changes.
Yeah. I get it because they've kind of already made this platform and people just expect that this is how things are. And they've already made some changes that negatively impact streamers. But the fact of the matter is that they're just not making enough money. It costs money to host all of these streams and to run the platform and to pay all the people that work at Twitch. Even though they have, you know, Daddy Amazon like backing them up, they still need to make money for Amazon or they're just not going to exist anymore.
Yeah.
So I have like mixed feelings about it. I'm glad that they retracted it because a lot of people were really upset about it, and like they need to, like you said, strike a balance between keeping the people that are basically running their platform happy, but also they have to figure out some kind of better way to be able to make money on the platform. Personally, like, we don't have sponsorships. We don't really do ads. We don't even advertise Tealfish Studio. Like, we don't even advertise ourselves. So it wouldn't have impacted us in any way, really. But I know for the bigger streamers, it was a big deal. But also, like, for me personally, I'm just grateful that there is a platform like that because I'm able to just, you know, invest in like making my stream look good and working on my content, but I don't have to worry about paying for a platform paying to have people see my content. Like, I feel like that's a benefit, like a huge benefit that people don't really give enough, like, thanks for, I guess. Because they just got so accustomed to, I'm a streamer and I deserve this. But also, like, you're getting money for free. Like, you're putting the time in and the effort in and whatever, but like, they could be charging us to be able to stream on the platform. Like,
Don't give them ideas.
I know, but like, isn't that how Vimeo used to work?
I don't know. I never
Or
really
Vimeo or whatever.
I never really used that platform, but
like, you had to have like an account and you had to have like a paid, I think, I could be totally wrong, but I mean, even if it wasn't the case for that platform, like, we could have like a paid account to be able to stream, and we don't have to. That's kind of a big deal. I don't know if I hope that's not the direction that they go in, but like, right now, like, I'm just thankful to have a platform that I can even pop up on and potentially reach an audience, you know?
yeah, they could definitely start charging for like bandwidth or something. Like, that would be something like, I feel like some site somewhere is probably like doing something similar to Twitch or something, and they're charging for bandwidth, or
it's possible, yeah.
probably some very specific like niche content or something.
Either that, or they're just not offering like the same types of options because they know they can't afford it. They're like making sure that they're going to turn a profit from the split that they give to the streamers or whatever.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were kind of jumping ship and going to Kick, but we are not going to do that.
No, Kick has its own problems, and I'm not going to dive into that.
It just seems very...
We're not going to dive into that. We're just going to stay out of that.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, overall, I think that Twitch needs to figure out a way just to make money and also keep its streamers happy. And I don't know how they're going to do that, but they're going to have to figure something out.
Yeah. It's just interesting because, like, the big draw with Twitch was just, like, the community that's on there. But the reason I kind of brought up Kick is because they basically stole, like, the exact, like, layout, basically.
Yeah, they use the same source code.
Yeah, they're basically like replicating Twitch.
And they're actually using like Amazon AWS servers.
Yeah.
like
it's just bizarre, but it's like I don't know. It's just very interesting to see how this is going to play itself out. But.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know if they do this. Like, we're not that high up on the creator hierarchy. But they should definitely get together with like some of the bigger streamers and even some of the bigger like partners and the bigger affiliates, and just kind of like have ideas, like go back and forth and just try to see if some creators have some good ideas that might spark some ideas. I don't know. Maybe they already do that. I don't know. But that's what I would do. Just get community input.
Yeah.
Obviously, even then, you're not going to please everybody, but still, it would be a step in the right direction, I feel.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
But I guess we're going to shift to our next topic. YouTube made a bunch of changes, too.
Yeah, these ones are actually good, so.
Yeah. I feel like, honestly, like, they're in response to Twitch.
I feel like, yeah, to a degree, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, they made some changes to the YouTube Partner Program. So in order to qualify for the YouTube Partner Program before, you had to have 100 subscribers and 1,000. Oh, wow, 100 subscribers. Dang. We'd be in. 1,000 subscribers, and then you also had to have 4,000 watch hours, or, and this was kind of a recent change as well, 10 million shorts So the shorts, you had to reach that, I think, within
90 days.
90 days. And then the 4,000 watch hours has to be within a year.
A rolling year, yeah.
The change that they made, which was on June 13th, was they kind of made another tier, which is, to me, it's basically like they made an affiliate tier, because it, like how Twitch has the partners and the affiliates, I think this is like YouTube's response to that, because they just had the partnership, but like now it seems like there's like an affiliate tier, and then you can get up into the partner program. So for that tier, they lowered it to 500 subscribers and 3 valid public uploads. I mean, I would assume you'd have to have some kind of public uploads. And then you'd have to have only 3,000 public watch hours or 3 million views for the shorts within the same time frame. So a year for the 3,000 and then 90 days for the 3 million. So that's pretty cool. They started rolling it out, I guess, let's see, US, Canada, UK, Taiwan, and South Korea. And eventually it will be available in all countries where the YouTube Partner Program is currently available. So that's pretty bomb. It makes it just feel like just a little bit more attainable, even though it is still very difficult to reach, because YouTube is just a much more difficult platform to get to, like an affiliate status, even with these changes, than some other platforms. So, but it just feels a little bit like more attainable. It's pretty cool.
The watch hours is definitely the part that's just seems very difficult.
Yeah.
Out of like all the requirements. But I think that overall the change is really good though, because what that allows for is if you do reach that lower requirement now, it gives you basically access to community funding. So you get things like channel memberships, super chats, super stickers, super thanks, and also the ability to promote promote your own products with YouTube shopping. Then if you do continue to grow and reach those original requirements of the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time, or the, 9 million views on shorts?
10 million.
10 million?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10 million. Then you also get the revenue sharing with the ads. So it still gives you some incentive to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of interesting too, because they do give surveys from time to time, and this is actually something I put in the survey once. Is like, it would be nice to have like a lower tier to get into the partner program. Yeah. That would give you access to just like the community funding, like not the ad revenue.
They listened to you, Brent.
I mean, maybe they did. I'm not taking credit, but I definitely submitted some feedback about that. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, we're still figuring out what the hell we're even doing with our YouTube, but it gives us some hope.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, any changes are good. That's why having multiple different platforms, whether they're all good or not, is always something that benefits people in the end.
Yeah.
Because they're all going to be competing to get people to them, and that keeps them improving.
Yeah, competition is good when it comes to that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good time. I'm very excited about it. It makes me feel like a little bit more motivated to try to get back to doing more of our stuff on YouTube, but we're still figuring out what we're doing.
Yeah, we're not 100% sure on like what our content is going to look like. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually.
Well, we got some ideas, so we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do our next topic.
Well, this is kind of an unexpected thing that happened this year that was not on our bingo card. So I don't remember when I first noticed it. Do you remember when we first started noticing it? Was it like couple months ago, maybe
I
at this
think
point.
so.
Yeah, so it was like a couple months ago. Like I wasn't really paying attention to the news or anything, and I just noticed like there's like this thick haze outside, and
The sky looked
yeah,
weird.
like when the sun was setting, like the sky just looked a little off. Like it was very like red and like
Orangey.
orange, and we found out that it's due to the Canadian wildfires.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember dealing with this like ever in my life,
Mm-mm.
but I don't know if I was just not paying attention or if it just is something that just is new now.
I have no idea.
But
It's just not fun.
yeah, I feel like I would have known because when we went outside, when it was like actually like the levels were real bad, like you could actually smell the smoke
Mm-hmm.
and you could tell like this is smoke. Like,
Yeah, it smelled like a fire.
yeah.
It was very weird. I do remember like before we knew what it was, like there was a couple times we were driving around and I was like, why is it so foggy? Like look at all the fog. And it wasn't fog, it
No,
was smoke.
it's smoke.
So yeah, we were like, oh, interesting.
Yeah. So right now, I guess they have about 500 active wildfires in Canada. A bunch of them are in really remote places, so they can't really be brought under control. So they're thinking that these are pretty much gonna burn out for the rest of the year, or not the year, but the rest of the summer. I think, if I remember correctly, the fire season starts to wind down in October, so we got another 3 months of this maybe. It just kind of depends on the weather pattern and how the wind is kind of, I guess, flowing throughout the atmosphere. But the thing that kind of impacted us the most is like we wanted to go out and shoot like some of our flora and fauna series.
Yeah. We're
And
like, this was like, we were finally, because COVID is kind of winding down. Like, we're still very cautious because of my autoimmune stuff. But like, we were like, okay, we're going to like start going out there a little bit more. And this just kind of snuffed that right out,
yeah,
which is really disappointing.
yeah, because like there's days where it's lower and manageable where it would be okay to go out, but it feels like on the weekends when we're free, like the air quality index is like it's been at levels from like 150 to like 180, which is like unhealthy.
Yeah, there's like warnings saying don't go outside, don't do any strenuous activity,
Yeah.
wear a mask outside. Like, it's just really bad. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah. So also been trying to like figure out like when the opportune time is to like mow the lawn and stuff like that. Like between rain and smoke, it's very hard to figure out. And so
Yeah. And like we can't turn like air on, we can't open windows. So like there's been days
it's like a sweat box.
it's so hot in here.
It reminds me of like the old days of like growing up in my parents' house.
Without the air conditioning.
Have AC.
Ugh. Like
Yeah.
the other day we were dying. It was so hot and we're like, where are the fans? We have fans somewhere. And like we had to like create a cross breeze in our living room so that we weren't like suffocating to
Yeah.
death. It was
We had
so
like
hot.
the two fans facing like opposite directions.
Yeah, it was rough. But it's been raining the last
Yeah,
couple
the
of
rain
days, so
the
that
rain is
definitely
good.
helps.
The
But
rain
we
is
need
good.
to I think we need to invest in
Some kind of air purifier. I was looking
Yeah.
one for like the size of our house, a couple $100, not cheap.
what do you mean for the size of our house?
Like to make sure it can filter out the air for the whole
Oh,
house.
for the whole house?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you needed one in like each room or something.
No, I think you can just get one that can do like the square footage of your house, but not super cheap, but also not too expensive. But
It's probably worth it if this is going to last all summer.
yeah, when I heard that it's just gonna keep going, I was like, no.
Yeah, I was like, where can we go? But if you look at the map, like the whole East Coast is
Yeah,
just
it kind of fluctuates, but it's been over to like Detroit and Chicago, all the way down to like Georgia. Like,
yeah, all on the East Coast is pretty
yeah,
rough.
I remember seeing like a photo of like New York City, and it's like you can't barely even see like the city from like the other side.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah,
But yeah. there's been a dent in many plans.
Yeah. So maybe we just got to stop making plans.
I guess so.
They never go according to plan.
No, they do not. There's always something that's happening.
Yeah.
We were like, this year, we're just going to make things happen no matter what happens. Well, no matter what comes our way, we're going to still create content. And
here we are.
Here we are. It's just, I don't know. The universe is telling us stop. Just give up.
Never. Must keep going.
Must keep going. We're trying.
Yeah, we are. Thus is why we are here.
Yes. Well, should we talk about our other thing that is not going as planned?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Do you want to? Or you want me?
You lead the convo
okay.
Here.
So, since we can't go outside, we discovered a new rabbit hole on YouTube. So, back in the day, I used to watch this thing called, it was like Safari Live, or I don't know what it went as on Twitch, but I think it was Safari Live, or what is the other name they go by? It's something Earth.
Wild Earth.
Wild Earth. One of those two names. They're both the same company, but it used to be on Twitch, and it's basically an African safari, and they take you out throughout like the morning few hours and then the evening few hours, and you just kind of go around and with like an actual like naturalist guide, and they kind of look for different animals out there and stuff. It's actually pretty cool.
Great. I love it.
But recently I found that it's on YouTube now, so I've been watching that, and then that led me to wildlife live cameras, and then specifically wildlife bird feeders. Yeah. And I was like, well, if we can't go out to nature, why don't we try to bring nature to us? So we got a bird feeder, and we put out some seed, and it was going great. And we got a bunch of different species, and then we're like, maybe we could stream this too. So we created a new channel.
Yes, we did.
It's not really live right now, so we'll kind of keep you updated on that.
We will not reveal what it is yet.
Yeah, but we're some stuff in the works with that. But there's a small hiccup that we faced. So,
like everything we try to do, there's always some kind of disastrous hiccup.
So we got wildlife, that's for sure, including a rat.
Or multiple?
Or more, I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely rats. So we stopped putting out bird seed for now.
Yeah, so we think that they were attracted to the seed, which is not cool, because I found rat droppings on our porch, and I was like, Brandon.
I was like, are you sure those are rat? And
I'm
then
like,
she's like, yeah.
Yes,
I'm like, oh no.
Absolutely. So I called an exterminator, and they put like a box, like a trap box or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to do, but supposedly it's going to help us get rid of the rats in the yard so we can actually put seed out again. But I feel bad because we had like a lot of birds that were like loving it. It was great.
We had this one red-winged blackbird that came by, and he just was always singing like every time he was here. He just seemed so happy, and then I was like, I can't give you food right now, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can get it sorted.
Yeah. It was just really nice. I'm like, wow, we're getting old. We're just like, oh, we love the birds.
Yeah. I mean, we saw all sorts of species. We saw like cardinals, blue jays, red-winged blackbirds, black-capped chickadees, brown-headed cowbirds, grackles, mourning doves, house finches, maybe a ruby crowned kinglet. That was just in a short span too, so who knows what else is out there.
Like as soon as we put it out, we were like, I wonder how long it's going to take, and it was like within an hour maybe.
Yeah. And then they like would drain the feeder like in a day. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, this is going to get expensive fast, huh?
It's very exciting though.
It is.
Because that's what we do. Like when we go out to shoot, we're like always shooting like birds and just nature, and it was really cool to just have them kind of come to us. So
We know they're out there. We also know what else is out there.
Yeah.
But we also have a plan for how to minimize the spillage, I guess, of the seed as well.
Yeah.
We're going to try a different type of seed that's just pure, what is it?
Safflower?
Yeah, safflower seed.
Because that way they won't toss out the seeds that they don't like.
Yeah. And then we would also want to kind of build like a little like concrete base around the bird feeder, so the seed would just fall in there. And then at the end of the day, we would just vacuum it up.
Yeah.
And then obviously we'd only put out enough for like that day.
The day, yeah.
And then we'd refill it in the morning.
Because I think the spillover is what was attracting the rats.
So that's our plan.
Yeah. So that's fun. I think it's just frustrating because we didn't have an issue with rats, but like our neighbor has like a vegetable garden and they do composting and stuff, so we knew that they had rats. So it wasn't like a stretch that they're like, oh, look at there's seed over here. Let's get a little different whatever. So but
so yeah, we're working on figuring that out. And
so yeah, we were like super excited and we're like, oh, we got everything like set up. Like we had like everything like
we did do a test stream and it seemed like it was working. So
it was working pretty cool. And like then I'm like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, so that kind of put a little
put it on pause.
Yeah.
For right now. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're gonna like fix it.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to go buy a bunch of stuff and
gotta make like the little concrete area.
And buy a vacuum thing, like a shop vac.
Yeah.
So it might be a little while, but
so
disappointing. Something in the works that we got going on.
We're really excited about that, but like everything, nothing comes easy.
No.
Nothing comes easy.
But I did get a lot of cool test footage though too.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty awesome. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting. But yeah.
Yes.
This year we were very like excited at the beginning of the year, so full of hope, and
kind of took a dip.
Yeah. It just
we gotta climb back up.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Every like year, the last couple of years is just progressively getting worse, and I'm like, maybe that's just what happens.
I think that might.
It's just going to be every year is going to be worse than the year before.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But we're going to try to get back into things and see what happens.
Yeah.
We're not giving up. But thank you to those who have checked in on us and made sure we were still alive.
Yeah. I haven't really been in the Discord since April, so I got to get back in there. But yeah, Rose is kind of like telling me what's been going on, but
yeah,
I got to get back in there.
I haven't really been great about it either, but once in a while I'll go and check.
We appreciate everyone that's still around and supporting us.
Yes, definitely.
It means a lot.
It does mean a lot. Like we've been going through it.
Yeah.
The only thing content-wise we've been doing is, I've been doing is doing some shows on Second Life, which is just easier because I don't have to be on screen. I don't have to show my face. I don't have to talk about stuff. I can just sing for an hour and be done. So yeah,
it's easier.
That's
low pressure.
The max that we've been capable of doing.
Yeah, and we wanted to kind of put this podcast out before we started resuming like the live streaming and the other stuff, just to kind of let everyone know what was going on.
Yeah, and kind of curb the questions live because clearly we're still emotional about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
So we figured we would just do this offline, and then we will go back to doing this live. we decided we're going to bring it to Twitch again. I think we're going to do it Friday weekly is the plan, but we'll see how that goes. And then we'll just go from there.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. That's the updates. That's the things we had to talk about.
That's that's kind of all we got right now
so far. And hopefully we will see y'all soon. We'll see what happens.
Yep, we shall see.
Yep. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else to add?
I don't think I have anything else to add. I think that's about it for now.
Okay.
So,
well,
yeah.
I guess that's it then. You want to wrap it up?
You got to do it.
No, you have to.
Oh, God.
He's so out of practice.
Okay. Yeah, so if you are watching the podcast on YouTube, you can listen to it on Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Basically,
your podcast can be found.
Yeah, except for where it's not found. I don't know. But if you were listening, you can always watch on YouTube if you really wanted to.
Thanks for hanging out, and thank you for all your support. And until next time, may your artistry always be unbounded. Bye.
Bye.